Okay, in this next video here, I'll show what it means to squash commits. And this is important because in our master branch, we always want to make sure that any changes that are being merged in on their own are buildable. They're a deployable project, so that we don't have intermediate commits that could potentially break if we tried to build off of them. The idea here being that we want a running history of the improvements made to the working product. So right now we are on our feature branch, and we want to prepare the work we've done in these 3 commits for a merge request. And to put it into a single commit, we'll need to do what's known as squashing. And there are a few different ways to do this. However, I personally have found this method to be the most conceptually understandable and kind of the cleanest way to do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to do what's called a soft reset. So this will show you what that does. So we're going to do get reset soft. And what we want to do here is on our rebased branch, so this is the latest change from master branch, we want to basically unstage these 3 commits, basically take the changes that were made, which in this case are 3 files being added, 1 for each commit, and we want to basically pull those out of the commits and pretend like we just made those changes. The idea being that each one of these commits on master is the collection of all the changes that that feature branch made from the master. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our hash code here, which is basically a point in time that we want to go back to. So we simply need to copy and paste this hash code. So we want the one that's right before our first commits here. So if we look at the history now, we can see that our feature branch is pointing to the exact same place that our master branch on the server is pointing to, which is the latest change that everyone can see across the repository on the server. So now if we take a look at our status, we see that we have these 3 files that were added for those 3 commits, and they've been unstaged. We need to commit them back. So all we have to do is commit the 3 files. And so we're going to add our code here, and we'll say add 3 files to codebase. Those 3 files were added. Now let's take a look. So what we have here, we have our master, and we have our feature commit, which has all 3 files in one commit message rather than 1 file per commit. So given that the changes that we made, the 3 files together make our code compile and pass all of our test cases, this is what we want to have as our final product to merge into the main code base. And so this is what it means to squash our commits.